we'll just start the presentation. And before I start, I would like to request all of you that if you have any questions during the presentation, you please note them down so that we can take them in the end. So when we finish it, we will be taking questions. And also another request that please keep yourself on mute so that others don't get disturbed by the sound which is coming from your side. So if everyone takes care of that, I will be thankful. So what we are going to discuss today is how can we 10x our success? Yeah, I think everybody wants to 10x their success. Yes, of course, yes. So I think main issue is that if we have good health, that is one of the ways that we can increase our success to 10 times. And today we are going to discuss about a product which is quantum science based, and it's approved as a medical device in European Union, all the 28 countries of European Union, and many other countries around the world. And so we are going to discuss today how we can biohack into our physical and emotional well-being. So I also want to tell you something that, many of you who will be seeing this for the first time, it's something amazing, and it might surprise you that there is a device like this which is available. Yes, there is. So let's go and dive deep into it. So this is a book, Good to Great. Many of you would have read it also. One of the bestsellers from Jim Collins. And I read it about 12 years ago. I mean, this is a book which you will find in almost all the top CEOs of Fortune 100 companies in their library. And why I included this in my presentation, because I like something which I have put it here. It says that in the end, it is impossible to have a great life unless it is a meaningful life. I hope you will all agree with it. Unless it is a meaningful life, how can you have a great life? And then it is very difficult to have a meaningful life without meaningful work. So, what I think that the work we are going to do, and the thing we are going to discuss today is something which is very meaningful, because we can help almost everyone around the world with their health. So if we can improve people's health, I think there cannot be anything better than this. So let's dive deep into this. See, if you look around, let's look at the pain points in the society. What are the issues people are facing all around the world? And some of the issues I have put here on your screen. People are suffering from depression. They are suffering from anxiety, learning issues, even concentration issues. Big problems, family relationship problems these days. Then people are suffering from pains and injuries. And also insomnia and exhaustion. I think you'll all agree with me. And there are people suffering from stress, both at work as well as home. And then we have hormonal issues, allergy issues, loss of direction, unworthiness, even financial stress, and after Corona, of course, job losses. So if we look around, almost every family around us, I think you will agree with me that they will be suffering from at least one or two of these issues. Yes. The good news is that the product that we are going to talk about today resolves all these issues. So that's the good news. And with that, if this product can resolve all these issues, that means this product is required by each and every family anywhere in the world. Yes. So let's dive into this, that what exactly it is. See, we all know Nikola Tesla. He is one of the greatest scientists born in the last century. And he is the famous inventor of alternating current, which we are using right now. I mean, we are all connected by our devices. Without this electricity, without alternating current, we wouldn't have this electricity in our homes. So he's the inventor of that. And about 100 years ago, he made a very profound statement. He said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. अगर आपको ब्रह्मांड का रहस्य जानना है, तो आप फ्रीक्वेंसी, एनर्जी और वाइब्रेशन के बारे में अगर जान गए, तो इस ब्रह्मांड का रहस्य आप जान सकते हैं. Which is so true. In fact, in India, we know it since thousands of years ago that if you want to know the secrets of the universe, it has to be through energy, frequency, and vibration. And even Albert Einstein said a similar thing. He said everything in life is vibration. Now, many of you must be wondering why we are talking about energy, frequency, and vibration. Now, the reason being that the product we are going to talk about today is based on frequency and vibrations. And it's a quantum science-based product. Now, how frequency and vibration is connected with a physical body of a human being. There is a small video I want to share with you, and you will get the connection. So let's look at the video and then we will talk. Yeah, just have a look.
One of the greatest inventors of all time, Nikola Tesla, the genius who lit the world, once said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." Say you are listening to the radio in your car and do not like the music that you are hearing. What do? You change the frequency. What many people fail to realize is that we can take charge of our frequencies in the exact same way. We tend to reduce our body's anatomy down to a simplified version that consists of only flesh and blood. But everything on this planet, animals, plants, and water, are made of atoms, which produce, emit, and receive energy, which operates at a specific frequency. Everything, all our tissues, cells, organs, emotions, and thought patterns have their own unique electromagnetic fields, as do allergens, viruses, or bacteria. All things have a frequency, including you, the human body. It has been shown that a normal person has a frequency of 62 to 72 megahertz. When the body drops below this frequency, we begin to get into illness and disease states. For example, if our frequency drops to 58 megahertz, then we are likely to get a cold or flu. If our frequency drops to 42 megahertz, we become susceptible to cancer within the body. The lower the frequency, the closer we are to death.
See, even the smallest particle has got a frequency. Now, similarly, the human body, healthy human body, also has got a frequency which is about 62 to 72 megahertz. And when this goes down, when it reaches, say, around 58 megahertz, we start to get cold and flu. And if it goes down to 42 megahertz, we are susceptible even to cancer. So the question is that how do we increase the frequency of the human body, the cells in the human body? And, just imagine when we are listening to a radio station, and if we don't like the music, what we do, we change the station, we change the frequency and tune into another station. So we have a choice, we can choose a station of our liking where we like the music and we stick to that. Similarly, how interesting or how good it would be if we can change the frequency of a human body in a similar way, if there could be a way, and the scientists have been working on this since many decades to figure out how to increase the frequency of human cells. And a lot of books have been written on this in the past few decades. Some of them I have it on my screen, like The Body Electric, Healing is Voltage, The Subtle Body, Decoding the Human Body Field, Frequency-Specific Microcurrents in Pain Management, The Resonance Effect. And one you see on the top left-hand corner, The Second Path by Marcus Schmecke. Now, we are going to talk about Marcus Schmecke because he is the inventor of the device that we are going to talk about today. Now, Marcus is from Germany, and this is a German technology. And talking about Marcus Schmecke, he is a quantum scientist, and he is author of 25 books on quantum science, which have been translated into 10 different languages. And not only that, he is a founder of 2 research institutes on consciousness research. And he has been a lecturer at International Congress on Integrative Science and Medicine. And the best part is that he wants to make his technology accessible to all human beings. And for that, he has been working very closely with the top quantum scientists, engineers, therapists around the world. And a very interesting aspect of Makashmike's life is that while he was studying quantum science in the university in Germany, at the age of 21, he realized that he's not getting many of the answers to the questions that he has in his mind from his quantum science studies. So he took a different turn. He went into spirituality and he became a monk at the age of 21. You imagine, at the age of 21, young people, they are looking at their careers, they are looking at how to build a business, or they are looking at what job they are going to get after finishing their studies, especially those who are scientists. But this gentleman, he went into spirituality, became a monk, and came to India, and was in India for 12 long years as a monk of ISKCON. And he was in Rishikesh and then Bengal and many other areas. And during these 12 years, it seems that he got all those answers which he was looking for. And then he got an inner calling that why shouldn't you use your knowledge of quantum science and spirituality and do something good for humanity? So he came back to Germany and he started working with the top quantum scientists of the world, Burkhard Heim, and many of the top scientists like that. And good news is that he got a partner in Christian Harper. See, we all know that scientists and spiritualists are not very good in business. So Christian Harper is a very smart businessman because he is a billionaire. He knows how to run businesses. And he has his own hedge fund by the name Super Fund for 1.5 billion euros. And not only that, he has a chain of vegan restaurants in Europe. So they both got together and formed a company, which is headquartered in Berlin. And they have their office in Mainz and as well as Krenzlin Castle, where they have their research and development department. So in 2006, they formed this company. And the first product that Marcus invented was this, which you see on your screen, these 2 white boxes, which is known as time waver. Now, this is the device he invented and launched in the market in 2006. And it is being sold in more than 50 countries today. And this is a frequency healing device. What this device can do is that it can tap into the bioenergetic field of a human being and analyze and give a report that what is wrong with our physical body. I mean, different organs in our body, it can detect that what organ has cells at a lower frequency. I mean, that is something which has never been done before. And not only that, it even, the healer, the therapist sitting at the back of the laptop Sony Vaio can determine from the programs that they have in this that what exact frequencies are to be given to this person's body. And you see this lady lying on the chair. She is holding 2 copper electrodes in both her hands, which are connected through wires to this time waver device. And then the therapist is giving her healing by using individualized microcurrent frequencies, which are going directly into the cells of different organs in her body, where the cells are at a lower frequency. And this device is being used by therapists, doctors all over the world. And it's a very expensive device costing around 58,000 euros. And in India, it would be around 50 lakh rupees. And higher versions will go to up to 1 crore rupees. So in Singapore, where I live, we have at least 5 clinics where they have this time waver device. And they charge around 200 Singapore dollars, means close to around 12,000 Indian rupees, to analyze any person who goes into those clinics. And then they will give you a therapy session, and they will give you a complete protocol that you have to come for 15 or 20 times, every time about 1.5 hours for taking the therapy. So which means if somebody has to take this therapy, they will be paying about 3,000 to 4,000 Singapore dollars, which is pretty expensive. But then we have 1 month waiting period in these clinics. It's very popular here, and same way in many other countries around the world. I mean, this therapy is very, very popular. And but Marcus had this in his mind because he has got the mind of a monk. He wanted to make this device or this kind of a treatment accessible to everybody in the world. So he started working on it to make it accessible to everyone. And from 2006, it took him about 13 years. And he launched another device in 2019, which could be accessed by everyone in the world, which we're going to talk about today. So just like many of you would know, this first computer launched in the world was Howard Mark I. And that time it cost 200,000 US dollars. Pretty expensive. And you needed a big building to house this computer. But then as technology advanced, slowly we got mini computers. And then our friend Steve Jobs gave us Apple computers. Similarly, what Marcus Schmicke did was he converted this 50 lakh time waver device into this small device, which is holding in his right hand. And he named this very aptly. The name of this device is Healy. So it can, I mean, he had this in mind that he wants to heal the whole world. So this is such a small device which can be used by anybody, size of a matchbox, very small. And what he did was, working with his engineers and computer scientists and therapists from around the world, they have a very good team working in Germany. So they created computer algorithms, the artificial intelligence, which could connect to a data by now through time waver, about 20 million people had been healed around the world. Around 2 crore people were healed around the world. And all that data, they connected with artificial intelligence and cloud with apps in our cell phone. And this whole process is patented. It took them 6 years to get a patent for this process. So what happened when they launched Healy in 2019, it solved 2 problems. One was that, for time waver, we had to go to a therapist. Now, in the Healy device, because it is operated through artificial intelligence, that part is gone. So anybody who is not a therapist can also use it because everything is being taken care of by the AI. And the second thing was that it is not costing about 50 lakhs to 1 crore. The cost to the customer came down about 20 times so that it is accessible to a common man anywhere in the world. So both the problems were resolved by them, and they have got 8 patents for this device. And how Healy works, I will show you. There is a small video. I will play it. You just have a look how Healy works.
Healy is new, Healy is different, and Healy is extremely versatile. This little game changer is the first smartphone-controlled wearable that provides easy support in all important areas of your life with the use of frequencies. Healy analyzes the frequencies you need right now. Then the smart wearable applies subtle currents and individualized frequencies to your body via its electrodes. It strengthens your balance and harmonizes imbalances. Fitness, holistic health, and inner and outer beauty. Healy, over 120 programs to provide energetical support for you, for your body, and for your cells. Every single cell in our body It's a small power plant that constantly produces energy. One thing is particularly important for this, the natural cell membrane voltage. And this is where the Healy comes in. With new Nonina's gold cycle programs that focus on rebalancing your cells, Healy also has suitable programs for many other applications on board. Programs supporting relaxation if you have a headache or back pain, but also for learning, concentration, or exams. Healy even offers support for mental balance, sleep, and stress. The Healy Beauty programs are supposed to support your inner and outer beauty energetically. In sports, the Healy is meant to promote performance, muscles, and regeneration. At home or on the go, in your leisure time or at work. In our opinion, health begins with good balance in all areas of life. This is what Healy stands for, state-of-the-art wearable technology, made in Germany to the highest standards. Based on use by 2,000 practitioners worldwide, who have seen as many as 500,000 patients. Healy, for me, and for you, and for everyone.
So it's very easy to use, and it can be used by a common man. I mean, I am not a doctor or therapist or anything, but I am using it right now. This is what the device is. And, these are the microcurrents I am taking it, the therapy right now. So, I mean, it's not the traditional, it is a disruptive product. Many of the therapists or doctors will not be very happy with having a device which people can use it on their own because it can affect their practice. So that's what is happening all over the world. But anyways, it's if anyone can just use a smartphone, a cell phone, they can use this device because everything is taken. We can analyze the bioenergetic field of a human being. And it can give us exactly what frequency programs are required right now. And then not only that, it tells us what is the duration of the program. And, it also tells us whether we have to use these, wristbands or we have to use ear clips. If suppose somebody has an issue of migraine or headache or something to do with the upper part of the body, then it's that. And then also along with the device comes adhesive electrodes, which can be stuck to, let's say somebody has a back issue, back pain or pain in the knees or spondylitis or anything. We can stick it at that place, and that also the app tells us, and the program could be for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And that adhesive electrodes can be stuck there. And it has a button, those adhesive electrodes. So we can just put this wire connected there like a button. That's how it works. And it's not that you have to lie down for taking the therapy. You can be like, right now I am talking to you. And similarly, if you're working in an office or sitting somewhere, you could be doing your work normally as well as taking this therapy because it's through individualized microcurrent frequencies. And, it's absolutely science-based. The whole product is made in Germany, including these wires and all these ear clips and wristbands. And it's a patented technology, as I told you before. Let's look at the science behind it. See, our body is composed of several layers. Like we have tissues and organs. And we all know that they have been made of cells. And what are the cells made of? They are made of molecules. Yes, we all know. And what are the molecules made of? Atoms, of course, yes. And what are the atoms made of? Subatomic particles. And what are the subatomic particles made of? It's energy, frequency, and vibration. That's what Nikola Tesla said about 100 years ago, that if you want to find the secrets of the universe, because in the end, everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. And in quantum science, this energy, frequency, and vibration is known as information field. So what Healy does is that it analyzes the bioenergetic field of a human being. Now, how it does it you can register yourself as a client, and you have to record the vibrations of your bioenergetic field. There is a system of doing it, so we can do it that way. And every human beings, like, there are no two persons you will find that they will have the same biometrics, like the same fingerprints, right? That's why they take fingerprints for everything. Now, similarly, no two people's bioenergetic vibrations would be the same. They're all different. So when it records the vibration of a human being, and that is the time when it analyzes the bioenergetic field, it is able to figure out that what areas in what organs we have issues with the cells. And then through individualized microcurrent frequencies, see, every cell has got its own current, small current, very little current, and the similar current is being passed by using individualized microcurrents. And this is not a new technique of healing. It has been used since last 100 years. But now what Healy has done is, it has got a quantum sensor which is patented, which is inside here, which in real time analyzes how much every 10 seconds. There are about 9 million frequencies, out of which the frequencies are going into our body. And every 10 seconds, it is analyzing what frequencies are going and are required by our cells. In real time, it analyzes that. And so many times, if suppose the program is for 50 minutes, it can end that program in, let's say, even 40 minutes. Because if it analyzes that, it's okay. So how it gives healing? Let's look at that two ways. One is through microcurrents, like what I'm taking right now. This is, very small frequencies, microcurrents. It's healing the physical body, the cell. In Ayurveda, those who understand Ayurveda, they will know it, that, the belief is that there is a subtle energy which is flowing through nadis. There are 72,000 nadis in the human body, and out of them, 24 are main nadis. And in traditional Chinese medicine, they call it meridians, 24 meridians. So the energy, the subtle energy is flowing through them. So in Ayurveda, we believe that whenever there is a blockage in the flow of energy in the subtle body, that is when we start to get a disease in our physical body. So in Ayurveda or in alternative therapies, they try to remove those blockages. Like in Chinese traditional medicine, they try to remove it through acupuncture, acupressure, and other ways. So, you must have seen many people, if suppose somebody is having a tumor somewhere and you get it removed surgically. After 6 months, the tumor comes again. Why? What happened? That is because, to start with, there was some blockage somewhere in the subtle body, in the meridians or in the nadis. And because of that, it manifested itself in the physical body and you got a tumor. So if you're removing it surgically and you're not doing anything for the blockage, which is in the subtle body, then it will come again after few months, 6 months, 7 months, or whatever. So in TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, or in Ayurveda, or in many other therapies, they try to remove those blockages also. So that is called permanent cure. Otherwise, it will be just a management of the disease by removing it surgically or doing something. That's what most of us are doing these days by taking medicines which are from allopathy. It's just managing. If somebody has diabetes, they have to take medicines for whole of their life, because you can manage the insulin in your body. That's it. There is no cure, right? And that's what, even somebody has high blood pressure, you take medicines for managing. And the doctors are going to tell you, I'm not against doctors, but because it's their profession, so they are making money out of it. Of course, yes. That is what they have been taught. So there is an alternative therapy which is coming up, and it's becoming very popular around the world now. People want cure. They don't want side effects of the medicines and all that. So it helps to give us healing in two ways. One is through these individualized microcurrent frequencies, and the second is through vibrations which go directly into our subtle body, into our bioenergetic field. These are higher vibrations, higher frequencies. So it helps us heal our subtle body, remove the blockages, as well as it helps in helping with our cells. So that's how Healy does it. in two ways. And there have been studies on animal for effects of microcurrent, and there have been published papers on this. And when you apply microcurrents, what happens is it increases amino acid transport by up to 40%. And amino acids are the building blocks for protein synthesis. And then it increases protein synthesis by up to 70%. Protein synthesis is the process by which proteins are formed to build cells. It means creating physical life, following the central blueprint stored as DNA in each of our cells. And the third effect is that it increases ATP production by up to 500%. ATP is adenosine triphosphate. And this is like the energy in our cells. Like when we drive a car, we need petrol or diesel or gas to run that vehicle. Similarly, for our body and our cells, the ATP is produced by the mitochondria in our cells, and that increases by up to 500%. Yes, that's what happens. So the technology is that it's based on cell membrane potential model. This model was created by two scientists, Professor Robert O. Becker and Professor John Nordstrom. Out of them, Professor John Nordstrom was chairman of the Nobel Prize Committee for Medicine. And they both together formed this cell membrane potential model, and which says that every cell has got a voltage outside as well as inside. So outside is positive and inside is negative. So the differential of voltage outside and inside. Now, these two scientists, they said that when the membrane potential difference is -70 to -90, that is the time when our cells are healthy. And as it goes on increasing, let's say it goes up to -30, -20, or -10, then there is a problem. So with individualized microcurrent frequencies, we are bringing the cells back to -70 to -90. And when it increases to -30, -20, -10, the diaphragm of the cell gets hardened. And what happens then is the nutrients cannot go inside, and the toxins from inside the cell cannot come out. So that's the reason we have to have our cells healthy. I mean, that's the basic technology behind it. And the facts and figures are that by now, about 50 million applications have been done by using Healy. And we are present in 54 countries today. And 2,500 professionals are using Healy for treating their patients. And we have a holistic Healy health advisory board. If you Google these names, they are who and who of holistic healing. I mean, like Nuno Nina, he has been into frequency healing for the last 30 years. And he's got a chain of frequency healing clinics in Europe. And similarly, Caroline McMccann, if you Google her, she is one of the top frequency healers in US. And she has been teaching frequency healing since last 25 years. And she has taught thousands of therapists. And she is official healer for NFL team of football league in US, where if the player gets injured, how soon you can get the player back into the field. I mean, Caroline McMccann and her team gives them frequency healing. So, I mean, we have got some top-notch professionals here in this advisory board. And this device has got more than 200 programs. Like the edition I'm using is called Professional Edition, where we have 229 programs. So it can analyze and give frequency healing to our physical body, to our mental and even emotional well-being, and for even it can measure your aura as well as give healing for chakra balancing. And whatever you can even think of, they have devices, I mean programs for that. And in European Union, Healy is approved as a medical device for treatment of pain in chronic pain, fibromyalgia, skeleton pain, and migraine, as well as for supportive treatment of mental illnesses such as depression, anxiety, and related sleep disorders. I would request everyone, if you can please keep yourself on mute Just hold on for a moment. Yeah, Mr. Kamal, if you can keep yourself on mute, that would be good. Okay, I'll do it from here. Thank you. And yeah, all right. Sorry for disruption. So it's approved by CE. And not only that, it is approved in the whole of European Union as well as many more countries. In US, FDA has cleared this as a class 2 medical device for pain relief. And there are many more certifications from different countries we can share with you. And we have a frequency experience group in Facebook. This is, those who are seeing this for the first time, I would suggest that you talk to the person who has invited you. And you can go to this frequency experience group. There are more than 78,000 people from around the world who have been using Healy every day since 2019 when it was launched. And you can interact with them, and you can see how people are getting benefited. They share their experiences in this. And for today's presentation, what I have done is that I have taken some screenshots from this group. But of course, after the presentation, you take the link and you can go and visit yourself, because I cannot show you everything here in this presentation. So you can take the link from the person who has invited you. And what I will show you the screenshots which I have taken for today's presentation. Now, this is, this is a lady who, like many ladies, suffer pains and cramps during menstruation and low energy. And she was also suffering the same thing. And now I've taken this screenshot. She says that after using Healy for some time, she doesn't need any painkillers or any medication. And now she has all the extra energy, and she has even shared what all programs she has been taking. Now, this is another screenshot for this lady who's 68 years old and was suffering from depression. Now, she says that just using Healy for 2 months, she now does not need any medication. And she has, her health has improved tremendously. And this is another screenshot for this lady who had been suffering from chronic migraines and was on anti-seizure medication, which had horrific side effects. And she says just a few days after using Healy, now she realized how it can be without having the side effects. And fast forward to today, she is no longer on any medication. And now this is another screenshot I've taken from that group, which says she was suffering from chronic stress fracture at L5, S1 to 7. And she tried everything: back pain management, injections, PRPs. Even she had to buy a special bed because she could not sleep on a normal bed. And she couldn't even brush her teeth and bend even that much. And now she says for the last 1 year, she's on zero medication. Isn't that amazing? And she can sleep on a normal bed and run around with her 4-year-old kid. Yeah, there are hundreds and hundreds of posts like this in the frequency experience group. You can go and interact with these people, and they are real people. You know, I did a complete research on this when I first saw these, and for many days I even went to the extent of going to the profile of these people to find out whether they are real or imaginary. You can do that. You know, that's very interesting. Now, this is another screenshot I have taken is for this lady. She was suffering from allergies. And see, this is a disruptive product, and then many people are going to attack us. Already they are doing it because, you know, there are many companies we all know of which have very expensive lotions and potions for skin. It's a big business. And we have a complete program for beauty and skin. Now, this lady was, she says, if 3 years ago, you would have told me that I can be healed by using frequency healing, I would have laughed on your face because she didn't know anything about frequency healing. but because she was suffering from folliculitis, and she used to get this allergy attacks when she was seasonal changes and when she was eating certain foods. But now she is no longer on any medication. Isn't that amazing? And then the best is the last 4 lines. Now, this is where it is a disruptive product. And people are going to attack this company, and they are already doing it. She says that I'm 39, but my skin never looked this good even in my 20s. How's that? Isn't that amazing? And then this is, we have programs for bioenergetic harmony. Like this gentleman, this bearded guy, he was suffering from prostrate, and every 1 hour he had to go to the washroom in the night, couldn't sleep. But after using Healy for a few days, he can sleep the whole night comfortably. And then we have programs for learning. I mean, you must go to Frequency Experience Group and see all these screenshots that they have posted. Now, this kid wasn't even able to pass in the exams. And we have programs for learning, like there are programs for memory, for concentration, for stress of exam. And the same kid, after taking these programs, starts scoring 85% marks. And not only one, there are hundreds and hundreds of posts like this on the Frequency Experience Group. Yeah, you can go and see that. Then we have a problem of internet addiction. Like many people, we know that kids in our homes, once they start using different devices, they don't want to leave them. And we know that the side effect of using these devices is that it is going to have radiations which are not good for human beings. So in Healy, we have got a program of bioenergetic defense, where we have a program called electrosensitivity. You run that program, and the same kids, even if they are using these devices, they're not going to be affected by the radiations coming out there. If people who are working in computer environment, it can be very good for them also. And not only that, when you analyze your bioenergetic field, it can even detect if suppose there is some negative energy coming into your body. Like many times we say that, we are getting some negative energy. Like some people call it, like black magic or something negative which is coming from somebody. Somebody has done something and all. So it can detect that in the bioenergetic defense program. And there are programs for frequency programs which can help you come out of it. So, I mean, this is very interesting. And now this is my favorite. In the professional edition, we have got programs for digital nutrition mixtures. See, we all know that food that we eat these days doesn't have all the vitamins and minerals and trace minerals which are required for a healthy body. Now, we have got programs, about 72 programs in a professional edition, where there are programs for brain, for hair, for skin, for heart, for head, for muscles. I mean, this is just one page like this. There are 6 pages. Like for brain, let's say if we take the brain program for brain, I mean, there are about 25 vitamins, minerals, and trace minerals like vitamin A, vitamin B12, vitamin C, CoQ10, and all that. I mean, through individualized microcurrent frequencies, we can give these nutrition frequencies to our cells. Isn't that amazing? And that's why I said that it is going to be a disruptive product. It's already a disruptive product. And because there are big businesses being running where on the supplementation, I mean, that's a huge, huge market. So with this program, this is a device which is one-time purchase, and one device can be used by the whole family. And it's one time, like not every month we have to buy something or all that. And it can be used by the whole family. This lady was, she was trying to lose her weight, and she says she tried everything, dieting and gymming and everything, and nothing much worked. So after she got Healy and she started taking fitness and digital nutrition programs, she lost about 12 kgs. Then we have programs for sleep and job. We know that if we are not getting a good sleep in the night, we can be really stressed. I mean, next day you're not fresh. And some people start taking pills, and then after some time, the dosage of the pill goes on increasing, and then you have all the side effects of the pills. And but here we have programs. If you take those, like I took it once because normally I get good sleep, but I thought I'm getting very good sleep. Within 5 minutes of my going into bed, I get my sleep. But when I use this program, I can tell you that I have never had this kind of a deep sleep. I took a program called Bed Rest. And there are many programs for sleep in this. Not only for sleep, we have got programs for stress in the job. Like there are programs like balancing nerves, activation, fatigue, positive thoughts. And people are getting, there are hundreds and hundreds of, posts sharing by the people in this frequency experience group. You can go and see it for yourself. And this is another screenshot I've taken from frequency experience group. This lady from Malaysia, she has posted her photograph before using Healy and after using Healy. And she has shared what programs she used and how much time and all that. Then we have got programs for hair. And then there are programs for animal. The best part is that not only that this Healy can help you for everyone in the family, but even pets, if we have pets at home, it can analyze the bioenergetic field of a pet, whether it's a dog or cat or whatever pet you are having at home. And then it can give you the programs which could help the pets right now. And there are programs for animals also. And all right, now we are very close to the end. We have a small video which, we just asked people after they started using Healy that, what do you think about Healy? So it's a small, about 1.5 minute video I want to share with you. Just have a look.
What do you think of Healy? I absolutely love it. Like, it's amazing. I'm blown away. Like, I can feel everything. I don't know. I just feel like it really came at a right and the opportune time. I could cry. Like, it's to that level. Like, I'm like, this is it. Yeah. Yeah. I'll say that too. Yeah.
Years, I have taken a permanent thought, which was my daily thing for weeks. And I used to take like up to 10 a day, which was just...
About 15 or 20 minutes into the frequency, his whole demeanour just changed and the colour came back into his face. And he said to me, I'm great now, I feel good, Mum, I'm just going to go ride my bike for a bit. And he just took his Healy off, went outside and did a lap of the block on his bike, and completely feeling fantastic again.
My energy levels were great, my moods were balanced.
My mind feels like I've had, for lack of a better word, a brain flush.
And the other thing is I always notice when I run the skin program, the next morning my skin feels like it's 100% silk. It's just unbelievable.
I'm getting the results right now, and it's actually blowing my mind.
And I've just put on these little ear electrodes, and Healy has a migraine program that you can run. And honestly, I've been running it for the past 10 minutes, and the symptoms of my migraine have gone down about 80%.
My sense of calm is back, my happiness is back, my mental clarity, my concentration, my sleep, my blissful sleep is back.
Number one, back pain. And I almost fell out of my chair when I saw that. I was like, oh my God, the level of intelligence that this device has is absolutely mind-blowing.
Absolutely. The level of intelligence that the device has is absolutely mind-blowing. And I will say that it's a category creator product. There is no product like this anywhere in the world today. And we can compare it with something like, many of you would remember that about 15 years ago, when we had the first, phone, which came with the touch screen. It was Apple, which got the first touch screen phone. And that time before, we were used to using a push button phones. So people were surprised. There's no button in the phone. How are we going to dial the number? And but that was the first thing. It was a disruptor in the market. It was a category creator. New category was created. And today, any smartphone that you see is a touchscreen phone, right? But the people who invested in Apple at that time, you will agree with me that they made millions. It was a good business decision. Now, similarly, this Healy is a disruptive product. And I can tell you, in the times to come, in the next 15 years, there will be a device like this in the pockets of almost 70% of the population around the world. And Healy has got a head start because they are the first ones to enter the market, because it's coming in the mainstream now. Of course, it's not by the usual allopathic doctors may not consider it mainstream at this stage, but it's coming now. Because I mean, many of you would, if you go to and do some research, there was in 1921 there was a doctor by the name Dr. Rife. He created a machine, the Rife machine, and it was a frequency device. And that time, that's a long story. I'll take it some other time. But so what I mean to say is that it's a disruptive product, and it's a product which is a category creator. So not only we can help ourselves and our families, because it's not that it is a product for those who are having some medical challenges. It's for healthy people. Like right now, I don't have any health condition. I'm not a diabetic. I am not a person who has high blood pressure, or I'm not on any medication right now. But I do the analysis of my bioenergetic field, and it tells me that what programs I need to run right now. Because we only come to know when we go and get a blood test or all those tests done. Like tomorrow, let's say if I go and get my test done and my sugar level is high, I'm a diabetic. Today I'm not. So, but this disease does not form in one day or in 1 month. It takes years, when your cells are doing something at low energy or whatever is happening in the cells, it takes few years for the disease to develop. So it gives us an opportunity where even when we are healthy, so that we can prolong to be healthy. Now, why should we get into illness and then go to a doctor and then, get diagnosed and then start taking medication, which has so many side effects? Now, I'm not saying that all medicines are bad. There are good medicines also, but of course there are side effects and all that. We all know now. We all know the pharmaceutical industry mafia. We all know. We don't have to discuss it here. So that's how it happens. And here is a holistic health tool, a device, which is going to be very popular in the times to come. Already, we are present in 54 countries legally. And now many of you must be wondering what is the pricing and all. I'll just take that. In India, see, the pricing is that the professional edition of Healy is costing 3,29,000, including GST. And it's a one-time purchase. It has got 229 programs. And the lowest edition is Healy Gold globally, which is costing around 41,352, which has got 10 programs. And in India, the company, because see, this company is looking at India as a big market. And India is one of the largest markets in the world, 140 crore people. So they have created a smaller device costing 22,000, which is known as Essential for India, which has got 4 programs. That's the entry point. Just 4 programs. The difference is that Healy Professional has got 229, and top 3 editions, they work in 2 ways. Like they can analyze, as well as we can give healing through individualized microcurrent. But the lower 3 editions, we can only get through microcurrent healings we get. And, if somebody is in some health condition, they can go and take the help of Heal Advisor app, where it suggests what programs you need to take, but it cannot analyze the bioenergetic field. So that's the difference. And the good news is that the company has, because it's just the beginning stage, company has given a 40% discount for top 3 editions. Like Healy Professional right now is not at 3,29,000, but it's coming at 40% discount, which is 1,97,000 something. And Healy Resonance Plus is for, instead of 2,06,000, it is 1,23,000. And Healy Resonance Edition is instead of 1,23,000, it is for 74,000. And that's how it is. And just the last slide I'll explain to you. See, this was launched in 2019 in Germany. And first year, the turnover of the company for this, they created a special division for it, and it is sold through direct selling all over the world. And the first year, the turnover of the company was $8 million, which is pretty good for a startup. And the next year, 2020, was a Corona year. And everything was closed all over the world. They could not go out and promote the product. No meetings in the hotels or meeting any people directly. But the turnover of the company in 2020 went from 8 million to 105 million. So that was an increase of 13x, 13 times. And it is a record in the direct selling industry that in 1 year, the turnover of the company from 8 million has gone to 105 million, because it has reached 45 countries in just 1 year, because people knew Time Waver, which is not sold through direct selling, which is a traditional market sales. And that's the reason during Corona, it went so high and they were reaching 45 countries. And that's a time when they hired a new CEO for the company, Christian Donner. Christian Donner was head of the business for the company by the name Tupperware. You all know Tupperware. And he was head of their European operations. And they appointed him as CEO of Healy. Now, Christian Donner is the CEO of Healy. And the next person who joined Healy was Luciano Garcia, who was president of Tupperware for Japan market and also for Latin American market later on. And he is now chief commercial officer for Healy. And then they hired another gentleman called Johan, who is from Sweden, and he was Asia Pacific head for a company by the name Oriflame. Now, Johan is Asia Pacific head for Healy in our Asia Pacific head office is in Singapore. And what Christian Donner did was, because within 1 year it had reached 45 countries, and in direct selling you got to have follow the laws of the local countries where you have reached. So in 2021, he said, we are not going to ship any product anymore for next 6 months till the time we are absolutely having our own customer care centers and all the offices and approvals in all these countries. So for 6 months, he stopped shipping. And the next 6 months in 2021, the turnover was 140 million. So I met Christian Donner and Johan and Luciano Garcia in Singapore in Raffles Hotel about 6 months back. The person sitting on my left with the black t-shirt is Christian Donner. He's the CEO of the company now. And to my right is Johan in white shirt. He is the Asia Pacific head. And to his right is Luciano Garcia. Luciano Garcia is, as I told you, was the president of Tupperware for Japan and also for Latin America later. And he's 1% shareholder of Tupperware. Lives in Orlando, and he's one of the main driving force for this business. And, Christian Donner told me, he says, we are professionals. We have left our multi-billion-dollar companies to join Healy. And you know why? I said, why? He says, because we know that this is going to be a unicorn. Unicorn means any company, a startup, which becomes $1 billion valuation within first 6 years. He says that's the reason we have joined, and I agree with them 100% because just 2 months back, we have launched in South Korea. South Korea is the third largest market for direct selling in the world. Such a small country, but third largest in terms of volume in the world. And we have got all approvals and everything in South Korea, and we have an office in South Korea set up. Now, we already have an office set up in Japan. The country head was there. We had an event in Bali last month. I met all these people. And a lot of people from India had come there. They have all met all these people. And so Japan, already we have started the pre-launch. And official launch would be anytime, maybe end of this month or next month. Then we are present in Australia, New Zealand, in Taiwan. Our, in fact, Asia Pacific head for training is Dr. Michael Chen, who is an MD in medicine from US. But for the past 15 years, he has been practicing holistic healing and frequency therapy in Taiwan, in Taipei. And every month he gives a training. We can all attend that through Zoom. And so we have, this is a real professional company launched properly. In India, the company has its office in Bangalore, where the country head for the company is Mr. Sachin Gupta, who is originally from Kolkata. And his background is that he was regional head for a company by the name Amway in India. He worked in Amway for 12 years in the corporate as a regional head, and now he is heading the operations of Healy in India. Then they hired another gentleman, Mr. Ram Mishra in India, who is the training and leadership support head for India. He was regional head for training in Amway Corporate for 13 years in India. So we have a complete customer support team and everything lined in place. And so that, this device is warranted for 2 years. Anything happens, they repair it and even replace it. And everything, each part is made in Germany. So it's a very, it's something which, and the best part is that, Marcus says that this is just the tip of the iceberg. This device, a small device, many people must be wondering, what is it? He says, as iceberg in the sea, when you can see only 3% above water. 97% is underwater. Similarly, this is just that 3%. Because the real work, all the work is being done by artificial intelligence connected with the data, which is lying in Germany servers. And through cloud, it is connected to our cell phones. So, this device, even after 2 years, if something happens to this, when the warranty period is over, even if it gets lost or gets broken, you can buy this new one for 25,000. That's it. So even if somebody who has got a professional edition for 3,29,000 can get this replacement just by paying 25,000 after 2 years. But within 2 years, it's warranted. Anything happens with the wires, anything, you're getting replacement, and it is getting repaired from the centers. And we have got a customer support center there in Bangalore. They have already set up one in Mumbai, and they're setting up another one in Ahmedabad. So wherever the business is moving, they're going to set up all over India. And that's how the business is going. So Asia Pacific is a huge market. So I want to share with you that this is a direct marketing business. And those of you who start using this product and they think that it's a very good product and they can, companies looking for people who are looking to promote products like these. And so there is a bonus option also for people who are interested in sales. Get in touch with the person who has invited you. We will guide you, and we are looking for a good team, because I can tell you that in the next 15 years, 70% of the population would be having a device like this. And we are the first movers. It's a category creator. This is the right time. Just to give you a small example, say this Carsten Lange from Austria. He is a gentleman who is a law graduate, and he joined this business in 2019 when the company formed. He lives in Germany now. And 2020, 21 were Corona years. People lost their jobs. People lost their businesses. But Carsten Lange from this business made around 10 million US dollars, which is close to about 90 crore rupees. And today his monthly income is around 490,000 euros a month, which is about 4.5 crores a month. I'm not saying that everybody who joins this business will make this kind of a money. I mean, it depends, because he could develop this business in about 54 countries now. So, but I can tell you that there will be people in India or in Asia Pacific, because it's a huge market where there is an opportunity. So anybody who wants to take it as a business opportunity, we are here to support you. And I'll end my presentation with, again, this quote from Good to Great. And because again, let's get together and do some meaningful work. We can help a lot of families, because every family needs this product, and we can help them with their health and wellness. And I'll end my presentation here. And now I will be open for questions. Anyone who has a question can unmute themselves and ask a question. I see one doctor raising his hand. Doctor, you are most welcome to ask a question. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
I am Professor Dr. Pranab Kumar Bhattacharya.
Good evening. Good evening, Professor.
Good evening.
Yeah.
I was the professor and head of pathology of most premier institute of Kolkata School of Tropical Medicine. Now I am retired.
Awesome.
Okay.
It's great to meet you.
Now, what I want to advise you that the methodology or the mechanism you wanted to tell for the healing, it is not correct, because
Doctor, I'll just stop you here. Thank you very much for your advice.
This is not scientific. This is not scientific one.
What I will do is I will connect with you one-to-one, and I'll definitely learn more from you. But if you have,
I want to tell that
what I want to say.
This system will not help to cure.
Just listen. Just listen for a moment. Just listen for a moment. See what? We are having a presentation, and people's time is very important. You have any questions, you can ask me, I can answer you. But if you have advice, I will connect with you. I'll learn from you. Of course, you have much more to give it to me. I'll be thankful for that. But if you have any questions relevant right now, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll connect one-to-one. I'll come back to you. I don't want to waste everybody else's time in the discussion that we will be having. You understand? Yeah. If any queries you have, you're most welcome. Otherwise, I'll get in touch with you. Who has invited you, by the way, so that I...
Yeah, Joy, my school friend, Joy Prakash Mitra.
Oh, okay. So definitely. I'll get in touch with you. Yeah, definitely.
Joy Prakash Mitra. I want to know whether FDA has approved it or not.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I showed you the certification. It is there. FDA has approved it. Yeah.
FDA has approved that?
Yes.
As a device?
Yeah, as a medical device class 2.
It's a class 2 medical device, not class 1. Not class 1.
Everywhere in the world, even in EU, it is class 2A medical device.
Yeah.
So we didn't ask for class 1 approval, no? It's only for class 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely, I'll get in touch with you and we'll learn more.
I think that cell biology, what you have told, is not correct.
All right.
It's not correct. It is not correct. It is not scientific at all.
All right. Okay. Sure.
Because I am a cellular pathologist. What you have talked, it's beyond my imagination. That is a scientific knowledge mechanism. It's not really correct, because you know very well that the cell electricity is dependent on the potassium, sodium, and calcium channel. Right? If you add some extra current, the cell membrane collapses, dies. That is the physiology. As you know that if you have got a current, you can in your body, your heart will stop. Right?
I'm just listening to you. I'm just listening to you because I don't want to take so much of time for everything.
Secondly, if you do any sort of exercise, if you do any sort of exercise, the endorphin is released. That makes you well-being. You know that previously for the depression, the shock therapy was done. Now it has been abandoned because there are so many problems for the shock therapy in the depression by doing current. Right? These are the many things I have written in the chat box. Some of the chat box I have written. So the whole thing you have explained, it is not correct.
As per you. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. See, there are many new discoveries happening. You know what? We are all scientific people. And, something which we say is not correct, maybe tomorrow it can be proved as correct. So it's just a matter of time. Like if you see...
Just
listen to me. Just listen to me for a moment. In 2022, I'll just tell you, you Google, who has got Nobel Prize for Physics in 2022.
Yeah.
Just Google. There are 3 scientists who got Nobel Prize for Physics in 2022.
I know, because I am a member of the Nobel Prize committee.
Who got Nobel Prize for Physics in 2022?
Yeah,
tell me.
That's a quantum mechanism has got this Nobel Prize for Physics.
So what was it for?
It is a photon therapy. Photon is moving that.
No,
something else.
It is based on quantum entanglement, right?
Yes, quantum entanglement when you put a particle.
Okay. No. Listen to me further. See, they disproved what was supposed to be Einstein and Bohr and Schrödinger on one side and Einstein on the other side. They were discussing, and Einstein said there is no quantum entanglement. And Bohr and Schrödinger said, no, there is quantum entanglement. And now, in 2022, he disproved what Einstein was saying.
Yeah.
And these 3 scientists got a Nobel Prize. So what you are saying, what I want to tell you is that what you think is correct now could be proved incorrect in the times to come. So it's a alternative therapy. So you can't say that what you know is the final Bible. And because we are in a scientific world, things change. So
maybe.
it is based on cell membrane potential differential, which is, Nordstrom was chairman of Nobel Prize Committee for Medicine, and he and another professor, they got together and made this cell membrane potential difference model on which Healy is working. So there are maybe certain things which we have to do some more
that
study.
Cell membrane potentiality depends on sodium, potassium, chloride, and calcium channel.
Doctor, just tell me, before 2022, if somebody would have said, no, there is quantum entanglement, then there would be a counter that Einstein said there is no quantum entanglement. Who are you to say there is a quantum entanglement? But now that because since these scientists have got Nobel Prize,
quantum entanglement, a lot of papers has been published in Nature and Science.
Yeah, but that is recent, in the last few years.
1980s.
But in 30s, your Einstein was saying no, it cannot be done, and he was the
That is one thing. Scientists.
That is what
Einstein
it is. See, what I want to tell you is that if we start discussing here, we are wasting.
No, wasting time. Right.
We are wasting other people's time. So I can learn a lot from you, and we can interact with each other. There are a lot of things which have come up, and this is a medical device approved by European Union, and they have got a very stringent parameters for approving certain things. In Singapore, where I live, we have the most stringent criteria for approving any device as a medical device, and it is approved in Singapore also. It has got approval in South Korea as well as in Japan. So whatever theory you want to tell me, we can always discuss later on. So I don't dispute that. Whatever, maybe you are such a knowledgeable person, you are a professor and doctor and all that. That's very good. But what I'm saying is that it's not that forum. We don't want to waste time.
Sure. I have put it into a chat box, right?
No, that's see, I told you in the beginning that all your questions we'll take in the end, but still you're writing in the chat box. So I don't understand that. I will not do that with anybody else's forum. Sorry to say that.
Okay.
Right before I started my presentation, I said any questions you have, just write down with you, and in the end we'll take those questions. But you are continuously writing in the chat box. I don't want to, say anything here. That's okay. I mean, that's your call. But I would not have done it. Anyways, thanks a lot. I'll get in touch with you again.
Okay. We'll have a talk.
So any other questions? If anybody has, you're most welcome. I think what I will do is I will end my today's presentation because it's already very late. And I didn't want to make it so late. So I really apologize to all of you for taking your such a long time. And thank you very much for signing in. And Doctor, I'll definitely get in touch with you. Thanks a lot for your suggestions and everything. Yeah, I'll get in touch with you and learn from you more. Thanks.